My friend, improving your English is not just about learning words, grammar, or pronunciation. It is about opening a new world of opportunities, new friendships, new dreams, and a new future. Every single word you learn, every single sentence you speak, is like a step closer to the life you imagine for yourself. Remember this: mistakes do not mean failure, they mean growth. Confidence does not come from being perfect. It comes from being brave enough to speak, even when you are not perfect. If you take one step today, tomorrow you will take two, and one day, you will look back and realize that the boy or girl who was afraid to speak is now speaking with power, with confidence, and with purpose. So keep practicing, keep believing, and keep moving forward. And if you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and of course, subscribe. Because together, we are not just learning English, we are building a stronger and brighter future. Until next time, my friend, keep learning, keep dreaming, and keep shining. Rule 1. The beginning of the journey. Every great journey begins with a single step. And for you, my friend, that step is deciding to improve your English. Think about this for a moment. Language is not just communication. It is a bridge. It is the bridge between who you are today and who you can become tomorrow. It is the bridge between your dreams and the opportunities waiting for you. When you improve your English, you are not only learning new words, you are opening new doors. You are preparing yourself for conversations with people from all over the world, for jobs you once thought were impossible, and for dreams that seemed too far away. English is more than a language. It is a key that can unlock your confidence, your career, and your future. But let me ask you, where do you start? That is the question most learners struggle with. And the answer, my friend, is simple. You start small, but you start with purpose. You don't need to memorize 1,000 words today. You don't need to sound like a native speaker tomorrow. What you need is consistency. You need to take one step every single day, no matter how small it is. That small step may be listening to one English story before bed, repeating just one sentence in the mirror, or writing one short paragraph in your notebook. These small actions may look simple, but they are seeds. And like seeds, they grow. Think of a farmer. He does not plant a seed today and expect a tree tomorrow. He waters it, he takes care of it, he protects it, and day by day, the roots grow deeper and the branches grow higher. This is the same with English. The words you practice today may feel small. The sentences you repeat may feel weak, but day by day, your English will grow stronger, your confidence will grow higher, and your dream will come closer. That is the magic of beginning. I know what you might feel right now. Maybe you are shy. Maybe you are afraid of making mistakes. Maybe you are thinking, my English is not good enough. People will laugh at me. My friend, let me tell you this. No one laughs at someone who is learning. They laugh at people who give up. Mistakes are not signs of weakness. They are signs of courage. Every mistake you make is proof that you are trying. And trying means you are already ahead of those who only dream, but never act. So never be ashamed of your mistakes. Be proud of them. They are the footsteps that lead you forward. Here's a truth I want you to remember. Fluency is not about being perfect. It is about being brave. Confidence is not about knowing every word. It is about using the words you already know with courage. If you can say, "Hello, how are you?" with confidence, it is more powerful than knowing 1,000 words but never speaking. So in this first chapter, I want you to start with this mindset. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to begin. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. Imagine waking up one morning, turning on an English podcast, and understanding every sentence. Imagine speaking with someone from another country and feeling no fear, only excitement. Imagine applying for a job, and instead of worrying about your English, you smile because you know you are ready. That future is not impossible. It is waiting for you, and it begins right here, right now, with this chapter, with this choice. So, my friend, let's make a promise together. From today, we will take one step every single day toward improving our English. We will practice without fear, we will speak without shame, and we will keep going, no matter how slow it feels. Because slow progress is still progress. And progress is what transforms dreams into reality. This is the beginning of your journey. This is chapter 1. And trust me, the chapters that follow will take you higher, deeper, and closer to the person you want to become. Stay with me, and let's grow together. Rule 2. Building your foundation. If Rule 1 was about beginning your journey, then Rule 2 is about building your foundation. Think of English as a house. Every house needs strong foundations before the walls, and the roof can stand tall. Without a solid base, the house will fall. Your English is the same. You cannot run before you learn to walk. You cannot speak with confidence before you first build your foundation. So what is this foundation? It is 3 simple things: words, sentences, and courage. Let's start with words. Words are the bricks of your house. Every word you learn is like adding another brick to your foundation. Many learners make a mistake. They try to memorize difficult vocabulary that they never use in real life. But here is the truth. You don't need big, complicated words to communicate. What you need are simple, daily words that help you survive, connect, and express yourself. Words like eat, go, want, need, happy, sad. These may look small, but they are powerful. With these words, you can already build sentences and communicate. So don't rush to learn advanced vocabulary. Start with the small bricks, because without them, the big ones will never stand. Next comes sentences. If words are bricks, then sentences are the walls of your house. You cannot just collect words and expect fluency. You must learn how to put them together. Many learners know words but cannot speak because they never practice building sentences. So here is a simple exercise. Take 2 or 3 words you know and build one sentence today. For example, if you know I, want, and water, you can say, I want water. That is already English. That is already communication. From there, you can expand. I want cold water. I want water, please. Step by step, your walls grow higher and stronger. And finally, courage. Courage is the roof of your house. Because without courage, your house is never complete. You may know words, you may build sentences, but if you never use them, your English remains locked inside. Courage is the decision to speak even when your grammar is not perfect. Courage is raising your hand in class, saying hello to a stranger, or practicing in front of a mirror. Courage protects everything you have built. Without it, your words and sentences will collapse into silence. But here is something powerful I want you to remember. Your foundation does not need to be perfect. Think of children when they learn their first language. Do they speak perfectly? No. They say half words. They make funny mistakes. They mix things up. But do they stop? Never. They laugh. They try again. And step by step, they become fluent. That is the secret. You must allow yourself to be like a child, free, fearless, and full of courage. Now let me give you a small challenge. Today, after watching this video, write down 5 simple words you know. Then, build 3 short sentences with them. It doesn't matter how easy they are. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to build your wall, brick by brick, sentence by sentence. And tomorrow, add 5 more words, then 5 more. Day by day, your English house will grow stronger, taller, and unshakable. And here's the truth. You are not alone. Thousands of people around the world are on this same journey. They are watching videos, practicing words, building sentences, and fighting their fear just like you. When you join them, when you practice with them, when you keep going with them, you are not just learning English. You are becoming part of a family, a global family that speaks one language, the language of courage, growth, and connection. So, my dear friend, if you are ready to keep building your foundation, stay with me. This is only chapter 2, and the journey is far from over. In the next chapters, we will go deeper into practice, confidence, and fluency. But right now, I want you to take action. Write your sentences, speak them out loud, and share your progress with us. Because the more you share, the stronger your foundation becomes. And before we close this chapter, I have a small request for you. If this video is helping you, if these words are touching your heart and giving you courage, then please do 3 simple things. Like this video so more learners can find it. Leave a comment to share your English journey, and subscribe to Fuel for English and Life so you never miss the next chapter. Remember, every like, every comment, every subscription is not just support. It is another brick in the foundation of this community. Together, we are building something strong, something powerful, something that will change lives. This is Rule 2. This is your foundation. And the best is yet to come. Rule 3. Practice is power. If Rule 2 was about building your foundation, then Rule 3 is about putting that foundation to use. You see, many learners collect words. They understand grammar. They watch videos. But they do not practice. It's like someone who buys a new bicycle, puts it in the corner of the room, and never rides it. Can that person say they know how to ride? Of course not. The same is true with English. You cannot learn only with your eyes and ears. You must use your tongue, your voice, your hands, and your heart. Because practice is power. Let's imagine this. There are 2 students. The first one studies English books for 2 hours every day, but never speaks. The second one only studies for 30 minutes, but in that time, he tries to speak out loud, even if he makes mistakes. After 1 year, who do you think will be more confident? The second student. Why? Because practice is not about how much you know. It's about how much you use. Language is like a muscle, and muscles only grow when they are used. If you never move, you become weak. If you practice daily, even a little, you become strong. But here is the challenge. Many people are afraid to practice. They think, what if I make mistakes? What if people laugh at me? What if I sound silly? And so, they stay silent. My friend, silence will never teach you English. Silence is safe, but safe is the enemy of growth. You must step into discomfort if you want to grow. Mistakes are not your enemy. They are your teacher. Every mistake is a lesson. Every time you say something wrong, you learn how to say it right. Imagine a baby learning to walk. They fall again and again. Do they stop? No. They fall 100 times. But one day, they take their first step. And soon, they are running. That is the power of practice. Now let me give you a secret. Practice does not always need a classroom or a teacher. You can practice anywhere, anytime. When you are walking to work, talk to yourself in English. When you are cooking, describe the actions in English. I cut the onion. I wash the rice. I boil the water. When you are alone in your room, stand in front of a mirror and speak. Pretend you are talking to a friend, or giving a speech, or even teaching someone. You may feel strange at first, but over time, this becomes natural. This is how you build fluency, little by little, step by step. And here's something important. Practice is not only speaking. Listening is also practice. Reading is practice. Writing is practice. Every time you hear an English song, every time you watch a video without subtitles, every time you write a short note in English, you are training your brain. And the more you practice, the more connections your brain makes. Slowly, English moves from something you have to think about to something that becomes natural, automatic. That is fluency, not perfection, but natural flow. Many learners think practice means big effort, hours and hours every day. But let me tell you the truth. Practice is most powerful when it is small and consistent. 10 minutes every day is more powerful than 2 hours once a week. Because when you practice daily, English becomes part of your life. It becomes a habit. And habits are stronger than motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but habit stays. When practice becomes a habit, you no longer ask, "Should I study today?" You simply do it, like brushing your teeth, like eating your meals. That is when progress becomes unstoppable. But maybe you are thinking, "I don't have anyone to practice with." My friend, the world has changed. You can practice with technology. You can practice with videos, with apps, with online communities. You can record your own voice, listen to it, and improve. You can join English groups, chat with people from around the world, or even comment on videos like this one in English. You are not alone. The tools are everywhere. You only need the courage to use them. And here is the deepest truth of all. Practice is not only about language. Practice is about shaping who you are. Every time you practice, you are teaching yourself discipline. You are teaching yourself courage. You are proving to yourself that you are not afraid to grow. That is why practice is so powerful. It builds not only your English, but also your character, your confidence, and your future. I want you to remember this. Your English will not improve by waiting. It will not improve by only watching, only listening, only dreaming. It will improve by doing. And the good news is this. You do not need to be perfect to begin. You only need to begin. Start small. Speak one sentence today. Write one line today. Listen for 5 minutes today. And tomorrow, repeat. Because practice is power, and power grows only when it is used. This is Rule 3, and your practice begins now. Rule 4, think in English. One of the biggest secrets to learning English is this. Stop always translating in your head. When you see a tree, don't first think in your language, and then change it to English. Just think tree. When you want water, don't think in your language, and then translate water. Just think water. This is called thinking in English. And it is the key to becoming fluent. At first, this sounds impossible. You might say, "But my mind is used to my own language. How can I change it?" The answer is, little by little. Nobody changes overnight. But if you try, step by step, your brain can learn to think in English the same way it learned your first language when you were a child. Remember, when you were a baby, nobody gave you grammar rules. Nobody explained past tense or future tense. You just listened, copied, and slowly your brain started thinking in your native language. The same thing can happen with English. Let's imagine a simple day. You wake up in the morning. Normally, you might think in your own language, "I am waking up." But today, try to say in your head, "I wake up. I open my eyes. I get out of bed." Then, when you go to eat breakfast, tell yourself in English, "I make coffee. I eat bread. I drink juice." At first, it feels slow. At first, it feels like work. But after many days, it will feel natural. You will not even notice that you are thinking in English. Why is this important? Because translation slows you down. Imagine this. You are talking to a foreign friend. They ask you, "What did you do yesterday?" If you first think in your own language, then translate into English, it takes time. You feel nervous. You lose confidence. But if you are already thinking in English, the words come quickly, almost automatically. You feel free. You feel confident. And confidence makes conversation easier. Here is a story. There was a boy named Sam. He lived in a small town and wanted to learn English. At first, every time he tried to speak, he stopped because he was busy translating from his language into English. He always felt slow and shy. One day, his teacher told him, "Sam, stop translating. Begin to think in English." Sam did not understand at first, but he tried. He started small. When he saw his shoes, he said, "Shoes." When he ate, he said, "Rice, fish, apple." When he walked outside, he looked around and said, "Sun, sky, car, dog." Day by day, his brain began to change. After months, he noticed something amazing. When his teacher asked him a question, he answered quickly without translating. His English became faster, smoother, more natural. Why? Because he started thinking in English. This is the same for you. You don't need big books or long grammar explanations to start thinking in English. You only need to practice noticing the world in English. If you are tired, think, "I am tired." If you are happy, think, "I am happy." If you are walking, think, "I walk, I go, I move." Slowly, your brain will accept English not as a school subject, but as a real language, alive inside your head. Another secret. Thinking in English will also improve your vocabulary. Why? Because when you face something you cannot name, you will be curious. For example, you see a street light and you don't know the English word. Your mind asks, "What is that in English?" You search, you learn. And now, every time you see a street light, your brain says, "Street light." This is how you build vocabulary naturally, through daily life, not only through books. And let me tell you something even deeper. When you think in English, you don't just learn words. You begin to feel the culture, the rhythm, the way English works. Every language has its own music. Every language has its own way of shaping thoughts. If you think in English, you will not only speak better, you will also understand how English speakers feel, how they see the world. And that makes you not only a language learner, but a bridge between cultures. So, my friend, do not be afraid. You can start today. Do not wait until your English is perfect. Do not wait until you finish all grammar lessons. Begin now. Begin small. One word, one sentence, one thought in English. Repeat tomorrow, and then again the next day. One day, without even noticing, you will realize you are no longer translating. You are thinking in English. That is the day you will feel the true freedom of language. Rule 5. Practice every day, even small. My friend, many people believe that to improve English, they must study for hours and hours every day. They think, if I don't have 3 hours, I cannot learn. But this is not true. The real secret is not about how long you study in one day. It is about how often you practice. Practice is like water. If you give your brain a little bit of water every day, your English will grow like a plant. But if you give water once and then forget for a week, your plant will become weak and dry. Think about a child learning to walk. Does the child wait until he has 1 full hour to practice walking? No. He practices every moment. He takes 1 step, falls, gets up, tries again. He practices many times a day, but in small moments. That is why he grows fast. Learning English is the same. If you practice just 15 minutes a day, every single day, you will see more progress than if you study for 3 hours only once a week. Small but daily practice is stronger than big but rare practice. Let me tell you a story. There was a girl named Anna who wanted to learn English. At first, she studied only on weekends for 2 hours. She worked hard, but her English did not improve much. She felt tired and frustrated. Then one day, her friend told her, "Anna, do a little every day." So Anna changed her routine. She started listening to English songs for 10 minutes in the morning. She read 1 page of an English book before bed. She spoke 3 English sentences to herself in the mirror every day. These were small actions, but she did them every single day. After 3 months, she was surprised. Her English was faster, her words came easier, and she was more confident. Why? Because she practiced daily, even in small steps. This is the power of consistency. Consistency means doing something again and again without stopping. The truth is, it is better to do a little bit every day than to do a lot only once in a while. Your brain likes rhythm. Your brain likes habits. If you give English to your brain every day, your brain will start to expect it, love it, and grow stronger with it. And remember, practice is not only books. Practice can be listening to a podcast, reading a short article, speaking 1 sentence to yourself, or writing a simple diary line. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know every word. You just have to keep moving. Every day you practice, you are sending a message to yourself. I am serious. I am growing. I am building my future. So, my friend, here is my challenge for you. From today, promise yourself that you will do something in English every single day, even if it is just 10 minutes, even if it is just 1 sentence. But do not break the chain. Day by day, you will see your English improve. Day by day, you will become more confident. And one day, you will look back and realize all those small practices built a big result. And before we continue to the next rule, I want to remind you, this is why I create these videos. To help you, step by step, to grow not only in English, but also in life. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, Fuel for English and Life. Because here, you will always find stories, lessons, and inspiration to guide you on your journey. Subscribe, join the family, and let's keep walking this road together. Rule 6, be brave to make mistakes. One of the biggest fears that English learners have is the fear of making mistakes. Many students think, if I speak and say something wrong, people will laugh at me. They will think I am stupid. Because of this fear, many learners stay quiet. They do not practice speaking. They wait until they are perfect before they use English. But my friend, that is the biggest mistake of all, waiting for perfection. Think about how a child learns to walk. When a baby takes his first steps, he falls down again and again. Do the parents laugh at the baby? Do they say, "Oh, you cannot walk, you are stupid"? No. They smile, they encourage, they clap their hands, and they say, "Good job, try again." The baby learns by falling, and because the baby keeps trying, one day he can walk, then run. In the same way, you must fall in English. You must make mistakes. Without mistakes, there is no learning. Let me share a story. There was a young man named Leo. He wanted to study abroad, but his English was very poor. He knew only basic words. When he tried to speak, people laughed at his grammar. One day in class he stood up and said, "Yesterday I go to market." The students giggled. His face turned red. He felt small. He wanted to run away. But then his teacher told him, "Leo, never be afraid. Every mistake you make is a brick. With enough bricks, you will build your house of English." These words gave Leo courage. He kept speaking, even if it was wrong. He made many mistakes, but slowly, his English grew strong. Later, he traveled abroad, studied at university, and even gave speeches in English. All of this was possible because he accepted his mistakes as teachers, not enemies. Mistakes are not your enemy. Silence is your enemy. If you do not speak, if you do not try, you will never move forward. The truth is, native speakers will not laugh at you. Most people admire you for trying. Imagine, you speak in your language every day and it feels normal. But for someone to speak in a new language, it takes courage. People respect that courage. Even if you are not perfect, they will see your effort and they will respect you more. Another important point, every time you make a mistake, your brain remembers it. Your brain says, that was wrong. Next time, I will try another way. That is how real learning happens. Not by memorizing rules, but by trying, failing, and trying again. It is like learning to ride a bicycle. You cannot just read a book about bicycles. You must get on, fall off, and try again. Only then will you truly learn. So, my friend, be brave. Speak even if your grammar is not correct. Write even if your spelling is not perfect. Listen even if you don't understand everything. The more mistakes you make, the faster you will learn. And here is the truth. The people who learn English quickly are not the smartest ones. They are the bravest ones. They are the ones who open their mouths, who risk mistakes, who practice without shame. I want you to remember this sentence. Mistakes are proof that you are learning. If you never make mistakes, it means you are not learning. So wear your mistakes with pride. Every wrong word, every broken sentence, every confusing moment is part of your journey. And one day, you will look back and smile because those mistakes made you strong. This rule is your reminder. Do not fear mistakes. Embrace them. Every time you speak, even with errors, you are building your English. Every time you try, you are building your future. Rule 7. Believe in your journey. Learning English is not only about grammar rules, vocabulary lists, or practicing pronunciation. At its heart, it is about belief. The belief that you can grow, that you can change, that you can achieve something greater than where you are today. Many people start learning English, but give up too soon because they don't see results right away. They get discouraged when they make mistakes, when someone laughs at their accent, or when they feel shy about speaking. But let me tell you something very important. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Every mistake is not a failure, but a stepping stone toward fluency. Every time you open your mouth and try, you are moving closer to the confident English speaker you want to become. Think about this. When a baby learns to walk, they don't stand up and run on the first day. They fall again and again, sometimes hundreds of times. But no parent ever says, "Oh, maybe walking is not for my child." Instead, they cheer, they clap, they encourage. And eventually, the baby walks. Learning English is the same. You will fall with your words. You will stumble with your sentences. You will feel weak in your conversations. But if you keep standing up, if you keep speaking, if you keep believing, you will walk into fluency. You will not just learn English. You will live in it, breathe in it, and use it as your tool to open doors you never imagined. And here is the truth. Your journey is unique. Do not compare yourself to others. Some people learn fast, some slow. Some have more opportunities, some less. But your race is not against them. Your race is only against the person you were yesterday. If today you can say more words than yesterday, if today you can understand more than last week, If today you feel a little more confident than last month, then you are winning. Step by step, word by word, sentence by sentence, you are becoming better. Now, let me ask you, my friend, how much do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that you can speak English fluently one day? Do you believe that your hard work, your listening, your speaking, your reading, your writing, do you believe that it will pay off? Because the truth is, the first step to fluency is not opening a book. It is opening your heart and saying, yes, I can. When you believe, you give yourself permission to grow. When you believe, you find the strength to continue even when it's hard. So I challenge you today. Speak with courage, study with consistency, and believe with all your heart. Do not wait for the perfect time, the perfect environment, or the perfect teacher. Start now. Start where you are. Start with what you have. English is not just about learning a language. It is about unlocking your future. And now, I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments. Do you believe you can become fluent in English? Write, yes, I believe, if you are ready to commit to your journey. Your words are powerful, and when you write it down, you make it real. This is not just the end of Rule 7. This is the beginning of your belief. And remember, this channel Fuel for English Life is here for you every step of the way.